Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. We are still on the unlikely Peter Obi El-Rufai ticket. Now, since Daniel Bola dropped this unlikely idea, which I believe was a fabrication, a threat to the political future of Peter Obi, that Peter Obi and El-Rufai are planning to team up in the Social Democratic Party. The idea has gotten a life of its own. In fact, Peter Obi was in Gombe to commission a borehole as part of his visitations to Muslim faithful who are fasting during this month of Ramadan. And journalists asked him about it. Peter Obi dismissed it characteristically, in saying that politics is not what is being talked about. 2027 is not the issue now. It is how Nigerians can survive today that is the issue. So he didn't really give a serious rebuttal to that kind of suggestion. Okay. Now, that also has also given some people to impetus to think there's a substance to it, and then some are also alleging that there is the hand of Obasanjo in it, because Obasanjo has worked with El-Rufai, has worked with Peter Obi. But like I said, I do not think that there is any ticket better for Peter Obi than that of Dati Baba Ahmed. And El-Rufai cannot be trusted to work for Peter Obi's success. In fact, Bashir Ahmed, former special advisor on new media to former President Muhammad Buhari, his Twitter handle, he said that the Obidients are daydreaming to think that, his word, that El-Rufai will stoop low to be vice presidential candidate to Peter Obi. And I have said it here, El-Rufai, you see El-Rufai, you see Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, these are big egos that think that the whole universe of Nigeria revolves around them. So they are not likely to play second fiddle to anybody by being vice presidential candidate. Okay. So I know that for certain, and Bashir Ahmed said that Obedience. But I don't think that the Obedience even support the ticket, or any kind of ticket between Peter Obi and Malam Nasir El-Rufai, because of the baggage that Malam Nasir El-Rufai carries and all that. In fact, one of the staunchest critics of Bola Ahmed Tinubu said that if such a ticket is to exist between Peter Obi and a joint ticket between Peter Obi and Nasir El-Rufai, that he will return back to Nigeria and vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. That's how toxic this combination is to his ears. I mean, I'm talking about none other than David Hundeyin, an investigative journalist par excellence in Nigeria. So we're going to look into that and why it matters that David Hundeyin could say something like that. Now, this is how it started. Tosin Olubenga, who writes under at Tosin Olubenga on X, had asked on his X page and said, as an unrepentant obedient, will you support this combo in 2027? He displayed the picture of Peter Obi and Malam Nasir El-Rufai. He said, as an unrepentant obedient. So this guy, Olubenga, is an obedient, an unrepentant obedient. He said, as an unrepentant obedient, will you support this combo in 2027. If this ever happen, it will rattle Tinubu and APC. Now, Olumenga is believing that this will have an impact on APC in the sense that APC could be run out of town. I disagree. I disagree. El-Rufai is not somebody that Peter Obi should try to work with. No. There's so much going on around him. So much videos around him. The way he ran Kaduna State to the level that the southern Kaduna peoples, Sakopa, accused his administration of ethnic cleansing. You can go and read up Sakopa statements about the El-Rufai administration over the years that he was president. And then there was a video training where he was talking to some religious leaders. And he was talking about how they have routed the Christians in Kaduna and put them in their proper place. So that's not somebody that Peter Obi should run with. Many people agreed. So, but this guy is he threw a question. He wanted to see the reaction of the Obidients to a probable, but I consider it improbable, ticket of Peter Obi and El-Rufai. Now, one of the people that responded to this is David Hundeyin. Now, David Hundeyin is a Lagosian, proper Lagosian. It was, if there's anything like indigenous Lagosian, he is an indigenous. He's not like Bola Ahmed Tinubu and all of them that migrated from Oshun and other places. He is original Eko Pikin, if you like. So, this is what he wrote. I will personally fly to Nigeria to campaign and vote for Tinubu instead. So David Hundeyin says he would rather come down to Nigeria to campaign for Bola Ahmed Tinubu than to campaign for Peter Obi and Nasir El-Rufai. And David Hundeyin, give it to him. He campaigned vigorously for Peter Obi. He believed that Peter Obi was the best material in the last election. Of course, he was among millions of Nigerians who believed that that election was rigged against Peter Obi, that Peter Obi was actually the winner of that election, and it was rigged. Now, I want you to also understand the significance of David Hundeyin. Why it matters that somebody like David Hundeyin will say that he would rather vote for Tinubu or come back. He will come back to Nigeria to campaign and vote for Tinubu. He ran away from Nigeria. One of the reasons David Hundeyin is not in Nigeria today is because of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and co. Because he was seen as literally like as an enemy of the state. But we're going to get into that. Now, who is David Hundeyin? David Hundeyin is a Nigerian journalist and author who founded the West African Weekly. Now, he is an internationally reputed investigative journalist. He was the one that first drew the attention of the world to the alleged source of Tinubu's Chicago State University certificate in a documentary. He did a documentary where he traced the source, the alleged source of Tinubu's Chicago State University certificate. You know, during that period, there were allegations that the certificate from Chicago State University that Bola Ahmed Tinubu submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission was forged. And David Hundeyin did a detailed documentary. Just go to Google, as you are in Google right now. YouTube, just type David Hundeyin videos. It will take you to his page where you can see a lot of videos that he had done on Bola Ahmed Tinubu. which are critical of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yet this man said he would rather vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027 than vote for Peter Obi El-Rufai ticket. Now, he also did another documentary which was widely viewed by Nigerians and the rest of the world, which he titled, a documentary titled Ahmed Tinubu, From Drug Lord to Presidential Candidate. It's an interesting documentary on Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You can check it out. David Hundeyin. The title of that documentary is Ahmed Tinubu, From Drug Lord to Presidential Candidate. He had accused this same man of David Hundeyin had last year or thereabouts accused the Tinubu administration of plotting to rendition him back to Nigeria in Nnamdi Kanu style. You know, the style in which Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned from Kenya to Nigeria by the Nigerian authorities, which have been seen as a violation of international law. Okay, so David Hundeyin, while he was a fugitive of the state or something like that, as an asylum seeker, somebody being persecuted by his own state, he was in Ghana, and he got hint that the Ghanaian government are plotting with the Nigerian government led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to rendition him back to Nigeria to come and answer alleged whatever crime they want to place on him. So now this is a guy who is being persecuted by the Nigerian state, and he has run away from his home country, saying that if Peter Obi tries it and team up with El-Rufai, that he will come back to Nigeria and campaign for Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. So this carries a lot of weight, and that shows you how toxic that kind of combination is to his ears. David Hundeyin also was the first journalist from Nigeria to thoroughly investigate Tinubu's certificate question from primary to university, even before the Chicago State University began to release his record. David Hundeyin had done thorough job, investigative report on Tinubu's certificate from primary to university, whatever certificate he had ever submitted, that it is his certificate. This young man had done a lot of work on that. He was also instrumental in bringing it to the public when Nigerian media never wanted to touch it, because it was like a hot object for them to touch, the mainstream media in Nigeria. It was David Hundeyin who brought up the issue of Tinubu's forfeiture of $460,000 proceeds of narcotic to the United States government in the early 1990s. Yeah, it was David Hundeyin. He did a lot on that. And you see, just go and watch the documentary that he did, Ahmed Tinubu, From Drug Lord to Presidential Candidate. Just go and watch it. You see the kind of investigative work this young man has done. It was because of the work that David Hundeyin did and what he exposed that gave the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, the confidence to approach Chicago State University, where he demanded for Tinubu's academic record. That was largely based on the work that was done by David Hundeyin. And that Atiku's demand for Tinubu's academic record also exposed so many other things about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Of course, we know that at the end of the day, the court in Nigeria, despite all the discrepancies that was exposed in Atiku's demand for publication of Tinubu's academic record at the Chicago State University, despite everything, the court in Nigeria, not surprising, ignored all that record, all that report, all that effort by Atiku Abubakar, and still confirmed Tinubu as duly elected and qualified to hold the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So somebody like David Hundeyin, who did this enormous work, who did everything possible to stop Bola Ahmed Tinubu from becoming President of Nigeria, is now telling you that if Peter Obi tries it to merge with El-Rufai, that he will come down to Nigeria, campaign for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and vote for him. If that doesn't tell you anything, nothing will tell you something. How bad this tickets they are touting about, no matter who concocted it, is to the future of Nigeria and to the political future of Peter Obi. I think Peter Obi should be smarter and wiser than those who are trying to cajole him into this kind of thing, if they really exist. Because I see this thing that was planted by Daniel Bola as the handiwork of this government. Because Daniel Bola now literally works for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So anything that comes from him must have the input of the state. Already you can see what the state is doing to the Labour Party. Do not be deceived that the wrangling in the Labour Party is largely because Nigeria Labour Congress went to take over their party. It is beyond that. Lamide Apapa and co, all those people have done their own. It is now the turn of another set through the Nigerian Labour Congress to finish Labour off, so that Peter Obi's hold on Labour Party can be destroyed ahead of 2027. So there are so many plotting going on, and I think that Peter Obi is too smart to fall for this kind of trap. And I want to assure Nigerians, from my reading of the Peter Obi over the years, that Peter Obi will never run on any ticket with Malam Nasir El-Rufai. And when I look at all the opinions of the Obidients, when this question was thrown by the person that posed the question, I'm talking about Tosin Olubenga, that posed that question. Just go and look at the views of the Obidients. They were all largely against such a combination. In fact, many believe that they are using El-Rufai and co that are using that to test the waters. How was the reaction of the people that that's what they are testing? Okay, but whatever may be the case, it is a combination that is unacceptable to the Obidients. I have sampled their opinion from what I got from the comments there. It is obvious that they are not buying into it. And I think that Peter Obi will not buy into it anyways. Because, like I said in a previous video, the relationship between Peter Obi and Dati Baba Ahmed is strong. And that team is a team that Nigerians voted for in 2023, and they can vote for again in 2027, given the right environment. And it is not something that Peter Obi should go and try another person. And even if that is say he's not interested in contesting election, I want to concentrate on his university and other businesses that he does. there are other people that Peter Obi can run with and win election. It don't have to be Malam Nasir El-Rufai. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.